Okay, the new tent configuration held up a lot better. Wally said it was quite windy yesterday. This is what I got to last episode but forgot to film. As you can see, I removed a hell of a lot of wood. All of this in here was, nearly all of it was completely soaked, and lots of bits rotten. This whole piece here should be one piece of plywood that goes all the way down to that bulkhead. I'm pretty confident I've removed all the rot, but it does go into here wet. So one approach would be to dig out all of the wet wood, and then you know that it's got good wood. Or another idea is to let it dry out, at least enough to glue it. Rot is fungus, so if it can't get here, then it should be safe. Neftali is also going to bring a dehumidifier, and that might help it dry out faster. It's quite a lot of wood to dig out back there, and I can tell I put a chisel to it, so I know it's dry near the top, but it does look a bit darker down below, but then it's under fiberglass. But on this side, this feels really solid. I can see there's a crack in here, and that bit feels soft. And this part has it's rotten on the other side. Just lifted the hatch up, and there is a gazillion ants. But there isn't any food on the boat. What do they think they're doing here? Sorry, ant. This part seemed like it rotted quite easily on all the ends. I just noticed my angle grinder feels smooth. That's not what an angle grinder should feel like. It felt quite solid on the outside, but it was really quite rotten. All the water could get in through that hole. I just got through to the bottom, and the deck is wet, as I expected. But I went through a mixture of good and bad wood, which is quite interesting. Some bits were quite rotten. The last bit I took off was like kind of sad to rip that out because it was very solid. Okay, I got through all of that bit on top, and inside, well, it's not really that bad. There's a bit of rot on the sides, but the stringers are really solid. In here, there was a bit of bad wood around the things, but down here on the sides, a large amount is still like a honey colour. Just digging out the port bow here. It's generally pretty solid, but the wood was in the deck was a bit wet. I could see some smells like fungus when you rip it out, so I'm just going to rip it back to the bulkhead. For some reason the starboard centerboard well has got a block of wood at the bottom and a bunch of dirt has collected on top. So I'm going to try and dig it out. A bit more rot this morning. This is in the port side door aid box, the front of the hatch, at the front of the cabin. There's a bit where the ventilation can come in, and then if water gets in there, it just goes out a little hole on the side. This rot is actually not very much, and it's a flat surface, so it's just going to be, and aesthetics don't really matter so much in here, so it's going to be easy to repair, except lying on my back to chisel it out isn't very fun.